Most people train martial arts because they don't want to be hit. In fact, they spend most of their time training against pretend punches in the hope that they'll never be hit in the real world. I say this to my students all the time. Expect to get hit in a real fight, because when it does happen, it's not a surprise. It's no big deal. Basically, you lessen the shock factor of actually being hit. Look, nobody likes being hit, not even experienced fighters. But the difference is that experienced fighters don't panic when they're punched in the face. Fights are brutal, but if you accept you're going to get hit, then you're less likely to panic, flinch or freeze even if it does happen. I've seen far too many martial artists who've invested more time into fancy drills only to panic when they are hit square in the face in a real fight. Some of these guys have literally turned their back on their attacker in shock. Having said that, getting beat up doesn't make you a better fighter. Sure, it might make you tougher, but it might also make you a more psychologically damaged fighter. Your ego can only take so much abuse after your self-esteem is damaged. I can bet you, right now, that the most confident fighters you see in the gyms are probably not going to be the most beat up ones. Sometimes, the reason why fighters are scared of getting hit is because they've subjected themselves to getting hit hard. They've somehow made up in their mind that they need to get hit hard in order to learn how to fight. I guess the takeaway from this is that you have to get the balance right to overcome your fear of getting punched in a fight. Let's face it, getting punched is not a good feeling. Punches hurt, but you've got to learn how to do it somehow. It's like learning to swim. You can't learn to swim by watching YouTube videos. At some point you need to get into the water. So my first tip is to train against live punches that are intended to hit you. Essentially, you need live sparring with intention, not one-step fancy drills. But surprisingly, to do this, you should spar with your own level, with people of your own experience. Avoid more experienced fighters. Don't go faster and harder than you can handle. Don't fight a guy with far more experience, size, speed, and strength from you. It's not a matter of toughness. It's about building your reflexes developed by keeping in your comfort zone. As I've said in many videos, your comfort zone is a balance between emotions and a task performance. The problem is there's far too many martial artists that train for fights that never actually hit each other. Don't be that person. Thanks for watching.